Space, the final frontier, beckons with its mysteries and challenges. Astronauts, humanity's pioneers, bravely venture into this harsh and unforgiving environment. They face extreme temperatures, radiation, and the peculiar absence of gravity. While we marvel at their physical feats, a silent transformation occurs within their brains. The human brain, the most complex structure in the known universe, evolved under Earth's comforting embrace. It relies on gravity as a constant reference point. In the microgravity of space, this fundamental force disappears, throwing the brain into a state of disarray. Understanding how the brain adapts and changes in space is crucial for the future of human exploration. In the weightless environment of space, fluids in the body shift upwards. This fluid shift affects the brain too. It can lead to changes in brain shape, blood flow, and even cognitive function. Imagine your brain floating inside your skull, no longer anchored by gravity. This unusual situation has profound effects. One of the most noticeable changes is a phenomenon called spaceflight-associated neuro-ocular syndrome, or SANS. Astronauts experiencing SANS may have blurred vision, difficulty reading, and changes in the shape of their eyeballs. Scientists believe that the fluid shift increases pressure in the head, impacting the optic nerve and the back of the eye. Another significant effect is on the vestibular system, which controls balance and spatial orientation. Without gravity as a reference, the brain struggles to interpret signals from the inner ear. This can lead to disorientation, nausea, and difficulty coordinating movement, especially during the initial days in space. Astronauts returning from space often describe the disorientation and sensory confusion they experienced. Some have reported feeling top-heavy or like they were constantly falling. Others have described difficulty tracking moving objects or judging distances. Astronaut Scott Kelly, who spent a year aboard the International Space Station, spoke about the challenges of readjusting to gravity upon his return. He described feeling clumsy and uncoordinated, and he even had difficulty holding objects without dropping them. These anecdotes highlight the brain's remarkable plasticity, its ability to adapt to new environments. However, they also raise concerns about the potential long-term consequences of prolonged exposure to microgravity. Section 4. Investigating the cosmic puzzle. Research and studies. Scientists are actively studying the effects of spaceflight on the brain using a variety of methods. Advanced brain imaging techniques like MRI allow researchers to visualize changes in brain structure and function. They are also conducting cognitive tests and monitoring astronauts' neurological health before, during, and after space missions. One study, published in the journal Neurology, found that astronauts who spent extended periods in space had changes in the white matter of their brains. White matter is responsible for communication between different brain regions. These findings suggest that long-duration spaceflight may have subtle but lasting effects on brain connectivity. Another area of research is focused on understanding how microgravity affects the production and function of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers in the brain. Changes in neurotransmitter levels could contribute to the cognitive and emotional changes observed in some astronauts. Section 5. The long view: potential long-term impacts. As we venture further into space, with missions to Mars and beyond on the horizon, understanding the long-term impacts of spaceflight on the brain becomes increasingly important. While more research is needed, there are concerns about potential risks. One concern is the increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's later in life. Some studies suggest that exposure to cosmic radiation, another hazard of space travel, may contribute to the development of these diseases. Another concern is the potential for permanent changes in cognitive function, such as memory, attention, and decision-making abilities. While most astronauts recover from the immediate effects of spaceflight, the long-term consequences of these brain changes are still unknown. The human brain is a marvel of evolution, capable of extraordinary adaptation. However, the extreme environment of space presents unique challenges. By unraveling the mysteries of the astronaut mind, we can ensure the health and well-being of future space explorers and pave the way for a new era of human exploration.